Hello everybody, Gamer Penny here, bringing you another episode of our Divinity Original Sin 2 Let's Play. Let's continue on where we left off. What I'm going to do is come down here, and we're going to loot some stuff down here. They both coming? Yes. And then I think we're going to head up. I actually don't think... Concise pamphlet on how to effectively combine a length of string with a stick, club, or branch in order to create a bow. Length of the piece of string is unspecified. So we got some new recipes. Last episode we also got a bunch of new journal entries, so let's look at this. I set off my Alexa, I don't know how I did that. Okay. Chapter 2, The Reaper's Eye. Something was amiss on the transport ship that carried me to Fort Joy. A sorcerer transportee was found dead, and our magister handlers were on edge. Eventually, the killer was revealed, a sorcerer witch who had seemingly lost her mind. She remarked that I was unique somehow, unique enough to warrant her killing me also. She summoned a huge waterborne void woken that began to attack the ship and kill all aboard. I had to take my chances on the open sea. On the verge of drowning, a strange vision came to me. A powerful presence and an oddly familiar voice. It stated that it was not my time to die, for I still had a great task before me. Now I awaken on the shores of Reaper's Eye, with Fort Joy looming ahead. It must have been blind luck that I survived, surely. Why would someone like me benefit from divine intervention? Then we've got the Red Prince. I met with a lizard known as the Red Prince, a royal who was exiled from his empire. He has joined my party in the hopes of finding a lizard dreamer somewhere on the island, though to what end he would not reveal. Then we got Escape from Reaper's Eye. The escape. After surviving the shipwreck, we've arrived at the island known as Reaper's Eye. Fort Joy looms ahead. We have to escape from this place. We are attacked by voidlings, the same creatures that wrecked our ship en route to the island. We have learned that there's a place in the hollow marshes beyond Fort Joy where we may be safe from the magisters. We've learned that some people manage to escape with the help of some magisters. We should try to find such magisters. The voices. As I drowned, I heard a mysterious voice. The voice seemed to save me, but where did it come from and why am I important to it? Collar, Los. I am bound by a magical collar that cannot be removed. My source collar blocks my ability to use powerful source magic. Magisters believe this will prevent me from posing a danger to others. I couldn't find a way to remove my collar on the ship. Maybe someone will be able to help me on this island. Okay. Alright, let's go back up here. I don't think Ivan or anyone else is actually down this way, so we're gonna head back towards this camp up here. And then what we're gonna do, we're not gonna take any of her stuff. We're gonna climb this. Try not to step on this poison, though. Cat was poisoned, and we were poisoned. Can you come over here, please? He's poisoned, too. But we're protected by magical armor. The cat is dying? Okay. So this cat is following us around, and I'm not sure why. Can we get down here? A tree trunk. Can't reach. I don't think that there's a way to get down here. Can't reach. Okay. So we know Fane is here. I'm not going to talk to him quite yet, because he's not one of the companions that I want to actually have. So, have we checked out all down here? And Ivan was not there. Or Sibyl. So, those are the two that we're missing. We might be sort of gimping ourselves if we don't get Fane, but... I mean, I'm okay with it. I don't want him as a companion. Not that there's anything against, like, anything wrong with him. I just really want the other two more than him. Alright, let's go up here. And, guys, I know that when we play this, we're gonna miss a ton of stuff. So, I do apologize for that. Tension medium. You shouldn't do anything out of the ordinary.
We already know the truth, Magister. Now speak.
I am a proud
Dallas.
leader to the Order. I would not dream of subverting our cause.
Magister Tusa.
Please.
Your Godwoken has asked you a question.
Alexander.
Answer him.
Hammer's
Need
pet.
I repeat myself?
But I know nothing of any.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
Oh, shit.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
Well, that's Dallas? I thought it was a dude.
This can't be serious, Alexander.
Blonde chick.
Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Mixture of small. We'd rather not get notes now. Step forward, saying this is an injustice at best and base cruelty at worst. Shout that whether she's telling truth or lies, you won't find out by mutilating her. Losi, you watch Alexander in disbelief. Or Losa, watch Alexander in disbelief. You have the sinking feeling that the thing inside you is watching too. Loudly wonder why they'd bother. A tongue can't be harder to grow back than a tail. Call out the only the gods are fit to take back what they have given. We're gonna be Losa.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root.
Damn, dude.
Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
Is he about to kill her? Oh.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
Oh, shit. Is he mad? Is that the person he was supposed to talk to?
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
That was all a bit much, right? What did she do anyway?
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
Really? He didn't care about that. Dang. Can we loot her? Resurrection Skull. Tusa's leg. Oh, if we had Sabile, she could eat that leg and tell us all about Atusa. Man, that was the Magister that was going to help the other people off of the island. Jeth, Farah, Visar. Oh, Ifen! Elodie, Canna, and Burrow. Ifen's inside. Hello, Magister
Did you see
Civic.
'em? You did, right? Those claws. Wonder what's behind the masks, too. Can't be pretty.
Ask if she means those horrific creatures that Magister had in tow.
That Magister, that was Bishop Alexander, leader of the Divine Order, and his right hand, Dallas. How do you not know this?
You're still getting the lay of the land.
Better get to it, then. A Magister will come and find you when they're ready for you. Could be a while, though. We're up to our hoods in sinners these days.
Alright. We got some new journal entries, too. So, the escape. We witnessed the death of a Magister named Atusa at the hands of Dallas, the right hand of the Divine Order's leader, Bishop Alexander. It seems that there is dissent in the ranks of the Order. Perhaps this is something we can exploit in order to escape. We have arrived in Fort Joy's Sorcerer Ghetto. Perhaps some people around here will know of a way to escape. We should look around. Signs of resistance. We watched as a Magister named Atusa was executed for dissent. Perhaps there are other dissenters willing to help us escape. Okay. Well, let's go in here. Is this Ifen? He's talking to all these ladies. Understood. Well, it's Magister Hansa.
The Hammer and Alexander. They gave that scaly traitor what for, they did.
It was a gruesome spectacle.
'Tis a misfortune, sister. You lot can't help your condition, but at least the humans of yet ain't celebrating the source plague.
What more he knows about Bishop Alexander and Dallas. Ask when you'll be allowed to leave this place. Ask how you came to be a guard here.
So in the time of Lucian, of course. Who wouldn't join up with God himself? It was all glory, all goodness. When we lost him, well, it only made sense to see his will through.
Ask him how he can know the will of the divine. Wonder aloud if the divine really would have approved a place like Fort Joy. Let's change the subject. Ask what he knows about Bishop Alexander in Dallas.
Bishop's the son of the dead divine. Don't know when we'll get a new one, but Alexander's looking after us in the meantime all the same. And the hammer's a solid sort. Don't take no guff and don't stand for no idling. Earned that name for a reason, she did.
Are we going to be allowed to leave?
When you give up the darkness that's inside you. Take your fault, it's there, mine. But it's there all the same. They're working on a cure for you even now. Got some good leads, so I hear.
Oh god, he sounds like me.
You can trust Dallas to take care of it. And once you're cured, your life will start again.
So they genuinely think that they are curing us. Who's Visar?
Did you see them, miss? Bishop Alexander and the hammer herself? They were so close, almost within arm's reach.
Tell the man you were close enough to watch them murder one of their own.
A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due.
So that everyone is a traitor to someone.
The divine order's all that stands between everything you see and a void Woken's throat. Any traitor to them is a traitor to us all. Believe it or don't. The divine order doesn't need our loyalty. They'll save us in spite of ourselves.
I see. Alright, so we talked to everyone at the gate there. Nabora. Here's Ifen. Elodie, Kana, and Burrow. Burrow is Spanish for...
I find only bread. I want no trouble.
Hey, Ifen.
This is not your business, long pig.
Oh!
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this one. Griff already knows she don't like to pay her fair share.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Hey, Ifan.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment, before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff. Especially not one of you.
Stand beside Ifan and tell the thug to back off. Ask why the elf owes him money. Ask after this Griff. Tell the elf she should pay up. Rules are rules. Say this sounds like little more than a shakedown in disguise. We're gonna stand beside Ifan.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us.
Ooh. We got a lot of affection from her and some from Ifen, too.
There is a safe place.
Okay. Where? Wait, I want to see where she goes. But also, I really want to talk to Ifen. Okay, she's going over that way. Hey, Ifen.
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
Yeah.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
Smile and reach out to shake it. Out a hand to shake his.
He grips your hand tight as a vice and shakes it. Hard.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
Say the thugs were afraid when you mentioned lone wolves. What are they? And Aaron, tell him that sounds slippier than a void-woken eel. You're keen to get out of here. How does he think that'll happen? So you're pretty comfortable here. Sun, sea, and sand. This is a good life. Chit-chat, turn and walk away. Let's ask about the lone wolves.
He shrugs, looking off to the side.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job.
Okay. Ask him about the errand he mentioned earlier. It sounds highly suspicious.
Everyone needs to make a living. I make mine running errands.
The little black cat trailing you hisses at him, hair raising a ridge along its back. Without batting an eyelid, the man rumbles a lupine growl. The cat hides behind your leg, mewling.
Shrug. We all do what we have to do to survive.
That's the truth. For me, for you, for everyone in this place. Why not help each other get out of here?
You're keen to get out of here. How does he think that'll happen?
The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood. Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put. 2 heads are better than 1, and when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
Yes.
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need?
I need muscle.
Too much, you might say. I can make them bleed any which way you want. Which is?
Someone who can deal plenty of damage and defend themselves too. So you're after someone who can strike up close but deal damage from afar. Battle mage. So you're looking for an executioner, someone who can deal a lot of damage up close and personal. Inquisitor, a fighter who doesn't shy away from dabbling in dark arts and enjoys pummeling his enemies with heavy two-handed hammer. Damage and defense. So here's what I'm thinking. I don't think we need a tank, because we all have our summon that can taunt. But I do want someone that can do damage up close and personal, so I'm going to choose a knight.
Can do. Onwards.
Yes.
He scans the horizon for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
Right you are. Lead the way.
Okay. Alright, so we've got Ifen with us now. Ifen Ben Mezd. I found Ifen in Fort Joy and he's joined up with me. He's a member of a mercenary band called the Lone Wolves, and he's keen to get out of here as soon as he's completed a contract. Should ask him about it. Troubled waters closed. Kraken has dragged the ship to the depths. We survived just barely. Haha. Shakedown. We ran into an elf in Fort Joy who was being intimidated by some thuggish sorcerers. We stood up for an elf who was being accosted by some heavies. The elf Elodie told us a safe place where we can talk safely. We should follow her there. We did not follow her. Let's talk to this guy, Burrow.
Cavies. Too big for their boots as usual. They ought to keep out of our hair if they don't want to pay for the pleasure.
What do you mean by cavies?
You know, elves, dwarfs, lizards, undesirables. Those of them that would see the whole realm eaten up by the void woken before they change their ways.
Whatever, dude. What about you,
I
Kana?
saw what you did there, convincing Burrow not to lay the law down on that elf. Why do you want to help one of them?
Say you don't believe in us and them.
Then you're in the wrong place. We run this joint, Griff's people, and we don't cozy up to oddballs.
I see. Okay. Let's talk to
I'd say
Ifen.
we're making good progress
Oh.
already now.
Tell him you're glad we went back for him. Tell him you're glad you went back for him when the ship was sinking.
I am too, I must say. Good to know someone's got your back when the going's tough.
Tell Ifen you're a bit lost in Fort Joy. What do you think you should do now? Wonder about that little errand he mentioned. Who exactly is Ifen here to kill?
Ifan shrugs off his backpack and reaches into its depths. After rummaging around, he holds out a tattered page to you, upon which you can see a broken wax seal in the shape of a wolf's paw.
Have a read of my contract and find out.
Ben Mezd, your target is none other than Divine Bishop Alexander, leader of the Divine Order. Get close and show our benefactor why the Silver Claw is the most feared amongst all the lone wolves. For some aid with your mission, seek Magister Boris in the ghetto. Speak our motto, Glenchow Dumar, to identify yourself. May the moon light your tracks. Roost Anlin.
So,
Dang.
time to find this Boris fellow.
He's got an exclamation mark over his head now.
Ah, you've read my contract. What does that look in your eye mean?
Scoff, he's facing down an impossible task, beam with excitement and say, "We're killing Alexander." Tell him it means you don't want to kill her in your party. Smirk and wonder what would happen if you were to tell Magister. "We're killing Alexander."
He raises an eyebrow and folds his arms, appraising you.
Me, not you. It's my contract.
Yeah, but we're friends.
But you can come along for the ride.
Won't be easy, but I'll help you. Say you'll watch him succeed from a safe distance. It won't be easy, but I'll help you.
Good to know. And likewise.
Oh, +3.
With whatever errands of your own you have.
Right-click and examine a companion to check their current attitude towards you. Be aware, companions who really don't like you will leave your party. Examine. Attitude. 13. Is that good? Okay. So we had another exclamation mark.
Tired of the view in here yet?
Can we ask him a question?
He freezes and shoots you a wary glance, looking for all the world like a wild animal caught in the lantern light of a racing carriage.
Well, why not? Go ahead.
Eyeing his hand resting casually on his weapon, ask how many contracts Ivan has fulfilled. Tell him you've noticed he moves with the bearing of a soldier. Did he serve? One soldier to another, wondering what Ivan thinks of the Divine Order. How many contracts have you fulfilled?
Ivan begins counting on his fingers and muttering to himself. This goes on for quite some time.
43, give or take.
Raise your hand. Tell him that's 4 more people than you've killed.
Ivan nods ruefully and barks a laugh.
It's not a competition. It's my job. What else do you want to know?
You notice he moves with the bearing of a soldier. Did he serve?
That I did. In Lucian's own army.
Ivan was in the Order. Ask if he has any tips on how to fight them. Wonder how he can aim to kill the son of the Divine he served. Look around and say he must feel very proud of how the Divine Order turned out. Marvel. How did one of Lucian's own end up as a lone wolf?
He presses his lips tightly together and looks away. There's a coldness in his eyes you haven't seen until now.
There's a reason I don't wear Order garb anymore. But let's talk about those old days another time.
Okay. You understand not wanting to talk about the past.
Thanks for understanding. Now, let's keep moving.
Okay. What about Red Prince? Can we talk to him?
By all means, let us partake in the art of conversation.
Say you're happy he survived the shipwreck you were in.
As am I. A prince should die of old age or on the battlefield. Anything else could be construed as weakness of character. That said, I've the distinct feeling I wasn't meant to die today. For despite your heroics, I was still cast into the water. I sank.
Oh.
I drowned.
So he was saved too.
But there was something in the water. A voice made of air that soothed my flooding lungs.
I think we're gonna laugh and play dumb.
Warmth. Life. As a matter of fact, yes. You doubt it, do you? You think it was all but a trick of the dying mind to stave off the trauma of fast approaching oblivion?
I didn't say that.
Perhaps. Mine is a skeptical approach to tall tales as well. Still, I wonder if...
He hesitates.
Are you a religious person?
Yes.
A pity.
Oh.
Religious persons tend to be all too self-important in their supposed humility. As for myself, I perform the ancient rites of prayer and ceremony with a kind of languid indulgence. After all, when one is revered by many as a living god oneself, public deprecation would be needlessly self-important as well, wouldn't you say?
Ask the Red Prince what got him here. How is it possible for a royal to end up in Fort Joy?
There was a small incident which prompted my many rivals to move against me. Technically, they had the letter of the law on their side. Such a nuisance, the law. Quite necessary to keep the common in line, of course, but one such as myself it should exempt as a matter of course.
Agree. Too many laws keep people under the thumb of authority. Disagree. No one should be exempt from the law, least of all those who claim they should be. Well, let's just agree with them.
What I meant was that, being authority, I shouldn't be under any thumb. I had thought that was perfectly obvious. Sadly, that enlightened point of view quite clearly turned out to be academic. If not, we wouldn't be having this very conversation.
Ask him what that incident was that made him run afoul of the law in the first place.
I hardly know you as yet. Let's leave some mystery in the relationship, shall we? We can exchange criminal records later.
Ask him to tell you more about his need to find a dreamer.
There isn't much to say, but for the fact that I simply must. It's the portent of it all. I can feel it. The revelation will be world-changing. I just know it.
Smile. Tell him he's got you all curious now.
And justified it is too. You will be a witness to wonders, I assure you. As certain as the sun, such is my conviction. I will be, then grow beyond being.
Alright. So we talked to them. Let's go talk to, are any of these Sabille? No. What's over and around here?
He hasn't changed a bit. Always late.
Mr. Yarrow. Alright, let's start by going down here, I guess. So these are all things that we would get in trouble for taking. Let's talk to Nabora.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long metal skewers. She doesn't look up as you approach.
And what you after?
Ask her what she's making. So she seems pretty handy. Perhaps she can sell you something useful.
A grin cracks her stony face.
Sure thing.
Oh. Now we've got resurrection scrolls. How much gold do we have? Only 465. We can't really buy a whole lot. We could buy a skill book. We already know that one. Farsight Infusion skill book. Already know that. Can we sell some stuff to her maybe? Ooh, repair hammers. I want 2 of those. What can we sell her in return? We got a ton of stuff here. All these empty cups, maybe? It's not gonna add a whole lot. Gold cup. Maybe one of these portraits and this portrait. And a pillow. And this flower pot. Turtle's claw. Maybe this wand, because we got a better one. And this pocket knife. We don't really have a lot that we can give her that's worth a lot. Open source collar. These. These plates. Okay. And then we'll do 35 gold. So we got repair hammers. I can press right mouse button and repair broken equipment. There's a ring we could buy. I don't really want it though. Got some lock picks we could get for 64. Repair item. Equipped. 16 gold? Yes. Okay. What's he using? A 2-hander. And that's fine for their classes. Alright, cool. Ask her what she's making.
I ain't. Just seeing how it's made. She's clever, Dallas. Made these herself. For those bodyguards of hers. Boy, they're sharp.
She looks up.
You looking to buy something?
We just did. Ask her how she got her hands on one of those contraptions. They seem pretty dangerous.
Found it in the scrap heap not so long ago. We used to know each other back in the day, you know. Dallas and I. Never knew her to be much of a wrench head back in the day, but once she joined the Order, she started turning out all manner of oddities.
Ask if it was Dallas who invented these god-awful collars.
She nods once.
You looking to buy something? Or do you just want to waste my time with a whole lot of questions?
You sense she knows more than she's letting on. Say your collar's tight and ask if she could loosen it a bit.
For you? Hell no.
Who might be worthy of her services?
Worthy is exactly the right word. Yeah, someone who's proven himself might earn my time of day. Speaking of, you haven't. So buy or shove off.
Okay, so she could probably remove it. What do we need to prove ourselves? Ivan Ben Mez. I've learned that Ivan's assassination target is none other than Bishop Alexander himself. He's to seek out a contact called Magister Boris in the ghetto of Fort Joy for assistance. The collar. I've met a blacksmith, Nabora, who seems to know how to remove source collars. Wait, why is that marked? Dreamer's resting place. Cavern instance. Nabora. Magister Boris. Dreamer's Oh, I see. So we can prove ourselves to
The woman
her.
looks up as you approach, wiping her brow with a grease-blackened hand.
What do you need?
Take your leave. What about him? Would he do better talking to her? Would you stand still? Woman!
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal,
And what you after?
No, that just resets it. Okay. Let's go up around here and see what's up here. So this is not stealing, though. If we do that, there's a bedroll. Timmery. Oh, Boris. Oh, okay. Let's go over here. That would be stealing if we went in there. Grab the bowl. Mona. Can we talk to Mona?
Leave me. Go.
She's better off dead anyway. Note her pallor and ask if she needs help. Do as she asks. She looks contagious. Say you'll fetch a doctor. She doesn't look well at all. Tell her not to fear. You've seen the other side and it is beautiful. Oh. So she's better off dead anyway.
Hey? Finally, someone understands. I'd rather die of this than whatever the Reds have planned for us.
Wait. Disease blocked by physical armor. Oh, okay. She was gonna disease us. Mona. Sabine! Where? She's walking around down here? Sabine, I see you, our fourth and final companion.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too, and sharper than any knife. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with every roll, or so she said. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze.
Approach her and ask what she's so enamored by with that lizard.
No
What
sooner
lizard?
have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into your neck.
Why? Why must she do this?
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time I'll let my needle do the licking.
Tell her true. You are Lose, the famous musician.
There is no fame here and no melodies either. Only the accursed.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in the side of your throat. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Ask her how she got that scar.
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, this living scar, into my cheek. the mark of a slave. But now I'm free, of sorts. And I've traced that lizard here to Fort Joy.
Oh.
I intend to raise the subject with him.
Point out that you are not that lizard. Please remove the needle so you can talk or all this like civilized people. But I am not that lizard.
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
Make her an offer instead of killing you. She could join you.
A bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist coming. I was certain the pitiful begging was about to begin. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you?
Say you're planning your escape and you have need of people with talents like hers.
Escape? How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided deers around here would argue such a thing is impossible.
Remind her you saved her from certain death back on that ship. Just saying. Scoff and say nothing's impossible. Show her you're far from him. We saved her on that ship.
Well played. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push or pull? The agony of choice.
Please remove that needle from my neck.
You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you, provided we talk to that lizard I mentioned.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we? You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. So, what role would you like me to play? As a rogue, my speciality is stealth, the quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That said, I'm perfectly lethal, wielding any weapon or magic. So, the choice is yours.
I do actually want you as a rogue.
Suits me fine. Lead on, or better yet, let me take the lead.
Nod.
Then follow me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sibyl in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your side, for the moment.
Alright, cool. We got our last companion that we're going to take with us. Sibyl. Sibyl joined my party. It seems she very adamantly wants to question a certain lizard. She and her needle are clearly not to be trifled with. Makes me wonder what'll happen when we find the one she seeks. Why did this come up again? Okay. Let's check the barrel. Alright, cool. Well, we got everything. Dreamer's resting place. Well, let's go do that.
So this is Fort Joy.
I know that look well enough. You're about to pop, ain't ya? Why don't you enter a match and let some of that frustration out the right way?
That's what she means. What sort of matches are held here?
You'll find out. Down the hatch, then.
Like a fight? The arena. We learned that there is some sort of fighting arena beneath Fort Joy. Down here. I don't want to. I don't want to right now. To the arena. Dreamer's resting place. Who's walking? Oh, Stingtail. Oh no, is that the same person that she wants to kill? The Red Prince is the same person that... Who's this? Emuro.
Leave him be. Don't make me say it again.
Who was saying that? You?
Listen, I can help you if you just... Shut up, elf.
So this elf seems barely injured. Ask why he's being held here.
This clown? You caught him stealing from my kitchen. Still won't say where he stashed my supplies. Sound like someone you'd let off with a slap on the wrist.
How he's sure he has the culprit?
Caught him red-handed trying to make off with a second crate after he took the first. Went down like a rent boy when we grabbed him. Easy.
What he's meant to have stolen.
Supplies. Crate of food, citrus in particular. He'll talk, or he'll die quiet.
Make a proposition. You'll find back the stolen supplies and Griff will free Amuro. Wonder if he's really kill a man over a few pieces of fruit. Tell Griff he has no right to keep a man locked up in such bad conditions. Really kill a man over a few pieces of fruit?
Ain't been here long, have ya? No one gets to have it all. No one starves anyone else.
He twirls his knife between his fingers.
Divine's gone. This blade is the only god watching over Fort Joy.
So if we get the supplies, will you let him go?
All I want is my supplies. Happy to let this clown die in a gutter instead of my kitchen. Bring back my crate, and you got yourself a deal.
Okay. We'll help you, buddy. I don't know who you are. Let's talk to Hilda.
Yes. Hey, you're a little light in your pack, ain't you, girl? Who could blame you with the garbage they got for sale round here? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means.
What sort of special means is she talking
Let's
about?
just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Maybe I happen to know where everything ends up.
You'll have a look as long as it's quality stuff.
Only the finest, you know.
Adrenaline. It's all scoundrel stuff. Got some armor, but it costs so much. Okay, well, let's sell these buckets. This tooth. This bowl. Let's just get gold for now. I just want some gold. Okay, Amuro. Prisoned elf. Griff mentioned that his goods were stored in a marked crate full of citrus fruits. This should make the search a little easier. Camp boss Griff has tasked us with recovering stolen goods. We start by questioning the caged elf Amuro.
Like you wanted.
Okay, let's talk to him.
Got it.
Where are we going?
An elf, caked in mud and blood, looks up at you from the bottom of the cage. He holds his shoulder at a strange angle. Despite his condition, he appears eager for your attention.
You believe what he says? That I am a thief?
We've no reason not to.
Never trust the man who holds the key to another's freedom. Would you trust the fellows who strap that collar around your neck? Like me, you look for your own freedom. Out of Fort Joy. Am I correct?
Does he know a way?
I do. I prepare it myself. One only has to follow the path. But you guess I need something too.
How I ended up in that cage.
Griff tells you, does he not? I take his supplies. But I don't take what he thinks. I do not have his oranges. I do not even see them. I tell you what I know. But first, I want to make a trade.
What does he have in mind?
I know a way out. I show you. And you help me out of here. I cannot die in this cage.
This arrangement sounds good for you both.
Finally, progress. Griff releases me if he sees I do not have what he misses. You must find who steals them. After I am free, you are free.
Ask if he has any idea who took the supplies Griff is after.
I see no one. In fact, I only hear the sound of Griff clearing his throat. You know how he does? Like so. For some time, I think Griff takes his own supplies. But I see the anger in him that he does not find it. He truly does not find what he seeks.
Ask if he knows why Griff is so hellbent on getting the particular supplies back.
Griff is a powerful man. Power is mysterious, in case you haven't noticed.
Question what he was doing snooping around Griff's kitchen anyway.
I intend no harm. I want only some provisions. A bit of bread, a potato or two. Nothing Griff should be loath to give. I need to escape, and I have people to consider. You
Okay.
understand?
Say you understand and take your leave.
Thank you. And hurry. Please.
Okay. Present elf. Amrio hinted that whoever took Griff's supplies might share a certain physical tick of Griff's, repeatedly clearing his throat. Have we talked to someone like that yet? Let's go talk to Needle.
What's your hands, Pipspock? What are you loitering round here for?
So you're just having a look around.
I got my good eye on you, bub.
There's some things you like to
Make it
discuss.
quick.
Ask if he knows how the Magisters intend to cure people of Source.
Hell if I know. Don't rightly know if it can be done. If they take the source out of you, what are you?
There's someone escaping this place.
Sure. Pelham, I made it as far as the Hollow Marshes even. They dragged his corpse back the next day. Head pulled clean off by a ghost. I saw it myself.
Right. Ask if he knows about the Void
I
Woken.
never seen one myself, but me cousin up in Gore said one appeared from the clear sky one day and ate up every child under the age of 12. I don't know where they come from, but without the Divine, there ain't much we can do to stop them.
So you're looking for Griff's stolen supplies.
If Boss trusts you to find something for him, you better not disappoint him. You won't like him when he's disappointed.
Heard anything about the culprit?
You mean that guy in the cage? Oh, I don't associate with elves. Fella says he's innocent, but you know how they lie.
See, it seems strange that Griff is so angry about some missing fruit.
Yeah, Boss is awful passionate about citrus. I can't get enough of the stuff.
Ask why he doesn't seem concerned about Griff's missing items.
Boss will be fine. He's got himself in a fit state now, but as soon as another shipment comes in, he'll be right as rain.
Change the subject. Take your leave. So the citrus might not just be citrus, huh? Is this a... Rezik. Hey, Rezik.
The lizard's brow knits together, then apart, and back again. He seems to be swimming deep in his thoughts, and doesn't look up as you approach.
Tap him on the shoulder.
What? Oh, new, are you? Very good, very good. Make yourself at home.
Ask if he has any advice for a recent arrival. Yeah.
Advice? Hold on to yourself, my friend. The fort is full of decent folks turned savage by confinement. Do not let it happen to you.
What do you have on your mind?
What else, my friend? I'm wondering why. All of this. Source, the Voidwoken, the Divine. Why?
Ask him what he means.
We've used Source for thousands of years. We have used it to heal, to grow. How can it be that it suddenly summons these horrors from the void? And when will Alexander ascend to divinity? We cannot continue like this.
Okay. What do you have to trade? Anything? Hydrofist stuff. Alright. Okay, should we try doing... You know who we haven't found is Beast, but we don't have room in our party anyway.
Sam, I won't say it again.
Come on, chap. Don't be unreasonable. Better even to puke yourself to death than get purged, don't you think? You should be happy for greed.
What's this about now?
Did you say?
Please, excuse us.
You're talking to me, not her, Sam.
Oh, for the love of Lucian, Balladeer. You're acting like a madman.
I may have just coughed in you guys' ears, and if I did, I'm very sorry. I thought I muted it, and it did not mute, I don't think.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on.
Excuse yourself, sensing that the situation is about to escalate. Ask if you might help them settle their argument.
Piss off.
Oh.
Go on, Sam.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than let the Reds get to me. If she were my wife, I'd be happy for her.
A flat smile twitches across Balladeer's lips.
She never did like you.
Oh! Hey.
The man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin, bloodied hammer in hand.
You just killed a man in cold blood.
Don't feel too bad. Fella had no decency. If you don't have that, you don't have anything to live for.
Starting to sound like a magister.
Maybe they're onto something then. Maybe we do belong here.
He nods at you and turns back to his handiwork. He lines up another nail and hammers it into the panel.
Dang, dude. Naren. Who's Naren? Yarrow flower.
Oh! I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead.
Oh, he's talking to the Red Prince. That's awesome that they just talked to some of your companions. Sai, is this going to be another attempt on your life? Because they're a frightful bore, frankly. So you've had quite enough of these shenanigans. Who are they? Come on out with it.
Not an attempt, mate. Not if I can bloody help it. Time's up, Your Highness. Let's dance.
Oh shit, are we about to fight this guy? What the hell? Did he not see all the friends he has around? Throws dust. Oil flask on the ground. Target is too far. Battering ram. Knockdown is blocked. It's just attack. You. Can we do our incarnate? There. Put him in the oil. Let's encourage. And end her turn. The incarnate's gonna just straight up attack. And he's got a ton of armor. We'll just straight up attack. Combat backstab. Move into the cone behind an enemy to attack, and attack while wielding a dagger to perform a backstab. Wow. Successful backstabs perform instant critical hits. So she could move behind him. Let's have her jump over the enemy, landing behind their back and backstabbing them. Okay. Gain 2 action points immediately, but lose 2 action points next turn. End the turn. Now he can hit. Oh, he's burning all of us. Okay, why don't you get out of the fire? And encourage. I'm just gonna end your turn. Let's go ahead and shoot him. And put this totem up. Then end our turn. The totem will shoot him. He's already on fire, but we can do it again.
These assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most, really.
Alright, guys, get out of the fire. Just come down here. We've got to heal. Let's heal Ivan. Although we are dying too. And we'll heal ourselves when that's done. Come on. Then heal us. There we go. Okay, so let's talk to him.
Well, that was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat.
So he seems awfully relaxed for someone who was just the target of an assassin. Tell him you could have mentioned he's a hunted man. Puts you in danger as well. You seem awfully relaxed.
No one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. This is hardly the first time someone's filled some poor fool's purse and bid him kill the prince. I'll tell you what, though. Whomever wants me out of the picture will have to do a lot better if they seek to get the better of me. All those bumblers they've sent so far mark a mere insult to my swordsmanship.
Alright. Oh, cool. We got a ring, life essence, a lot of gold, and an invisibility potion. Holy crap. We got a lot of stuff off that. Can we sort? Auto sort. There we go. We got a ring. +5 magic armor. I would love to put that on us. 10 magic armor. I'm going to send this to Sabile and this to Sabile. And what did we get? A note? Was it this? Larian, you have served me well in the past. You will do so again. Use the scroll included with this letter and cast it at a public square in Arcs. You'll be arrested for source use and shipped to Fort Joy. Once on the island, you will search for a red-skinned lizard. You will kill him. You will cut the body to pieces. You will ensure no magic in the world can restore him back to life. You have your orders. Your weight in gold awaits you. Good luck and good hunting. Alright. Auto sort. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to switch over to Sabile. She's actually going to eat these. Because, as an elf, you can actually gain memories.
A single name throbs across your brain. Verdas, Verdas, Verdas. He must escape. He cannot die here. He cannot.
Got it. What do we get? The Red Prince. Red Prince was waylaid by an assassin. We made short work of the brigand, but were left in the dark as to who sent the man after the prince. Escape. After part of Master Atusa was eaten, we discovered that she wanted to help someone named Verdas to escape Fort Joy. Perhaps Atusa had accomplices. Perhaps we were able to escape with their help. Signs of resistance. After her flesh was consumed, we learned that Atusa was trying to liberate someone called Verdas from Fort Joy. Should keep an eye out for this individual. Okay. Also want to eat this.
As the dead man's flesh slides down your throat, you feel his consciousness enter yours. His memories are yours to experience. You are Finn. Your heart is heavy. You know too much. It's all too much. You met him. A bright light blinds you, then fades. You feel a tremendous power in your hands, but they are shaking so hard you can barely use them. Suddenly you're on this very ship, crouched in a corner, hugging your knees. A figure approaches, an older woman. Her eyes are kind. She comes closer. She says she wants to talk. She reaches a hand toward you. You grasp it. The memories end. You are no longer Finn. You return to yourself with a jolt.
So that's the guy that got murdered on the boat. Alright. Well, let's go back to Losa. And I'm gonna get this simple rhyme. This cooking pot. Herring. Oh, cooking station. Can we cook here? Alright, we've got our cooking pot. Well, first thing, I think we can put a potato. We got a boiled potato. What other recipes do we have? Food? Cold mashed potatoes. So if we put mashed potatoes with any hammer... We don't have a hammer. Okay. What if we put, what other recipes do we have? For food, anything other than potatoes? No. What if we put a fish on there? Dinner. Okay, let's put another fish. And these fish. Got some dinner. Perfect. We've got 4 dinners. 1 strength heals 15%. Eunice's pouch empty. Got tons of backpacks. What the heck? Okay. Cool. Let's talk to Margot.
The woman looks out on the gently lapping waves. She seems totally at peace, but as you approach, she turns to you with a cheerful smile.
Haven't seen you around here before. New?
We just arrived.
Well, don't worry too much if you have a hard time settling in. Takes a while to get used to the place. You here alone?
Fallen in with a few travel mates, but they don't... Oh... Been lucky enough to make some close ties. Yes.
She gives you a long look.
You keep them friends of yours close, eh? Some of us haven't got anyone at all anymore.
Aw, Margot.
Not much in this world someone you love can't make better.
Thank you for the advice.
It's nothing. If I haven't learnt that by now, I haven't learnt anything at all.
Why are you here alone?
Used to be I had a family. A husband and a little boy. We were healers. Source was in our blood. Then they brought us here. I couldn't stop them from taking my boys from me when they did. Reckon they were cured. Maybe even released. Don't know why the Reds didn't take me too. Now I'm just waiting for them to call my name. Waiting and remembering.
I'm actually not gonna choose Losa's one. I'm gonna express your condolence about her having lost her family.
Thank you kindly, sweetheart. I do appreciate it. They were good lads. Too good for this place. In some ways, I'm glad they got out quickly. Listen to me, bubbling on like a cauldron. You're sweet to listen. And yes, they were lovely. Totally lovely. I'll see him again before I'm gone for good. That's for certain. You run along now, darling. You shouldn't spend what little time you've got left here listening to an old bleeding heart moan.
I feel bad for her. I'm gonna go get these shells. And then what I think we're gonna do... Mile. Okay. So I think we're gonna go ahead and end the episode there. We did a lot. We got attacked by an assassin. But we are gonna end the episode. So guys, when we come back, we will continue on exploring a little bit, and then we might try to finish off some of these quests. But you can see where this game is going. There's a lot to do in here. So I said this is going to be very long Let's Play on the channel. So thank you so much for all your support on this series. If you do want to see more of the Divinity Original Sin 2 Let's Play, make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Alright, bye-bye everyone.